Hey guys, Ben here from Vintage Hideaway, and today we're going to be doing a little video about the draft that I did on March 25th. It ended up being a black-white deck that actually went 2-1, and the prize packs that I won, unfortunately, were not open on camera. I was too greedy and opened them straight away as soon as I got them. But, without any further ado, we'll go ahead and dive right into this draft. Hope you like it. Alrighty, so here we have one of our very last Oath of the Gatewatch drafts. And as in tradition, it's going to go Oath Battle, as I just commented on. This is one of several drafts that I did in Oath of the Gatewatch, and I had pretty good success in the past. So with this first pack we're opening, we immediately see an Ondu War Cleric, which is a very good card in draft. We're going to cycle through, see what else we have. Loom Larva is pretty good. Also, Slaughter Drone's also a good pick. Expedition Raptor can be good. Containment Membrane actually is pretty good if blue's open. Cliffhaven Vampire is actually a very good card, but definitely not a first pickable because it's two colors. You're looking through this, and I see a lot of different ways that I can go, which was a huge problem originally. And then I go back here and I actually go and look at Sifter of Skulls again just to see if there's any way I could somehow do black, just because there's obviously good black cards in here. And so I kind of look at Cliffhaven Vampire and I'm like, alright, I can't take a two-colored card for my first pick. That's something that a lot of drafters do and end up not doing well because of it. So we're going down and we will continue looking. I take a long time for this first pack. I want to make sure that I do very well, I make a smart decision, and I have to look through it multiple times. I don't know what this reads are going to be or anything like that, and it becomes very difficult for me to figure out which one I want to do. And eventually I go, I know white has always been good for me, so I picked the Ondu War Cleric. We go into here and foil Endbringer, that's pretty nice. It's a couple bucks. We go through here, Shoulder to Shoulder, another great white card. Kozilek's Translator was there, which is also another good black card. We go through, but obviously our pick here is going to be Shoulder to Shoulder, just because Endbringer, though a good card and foil is probably worth a pretty penny, in draft it's much better to make a better deck. I think that's Vampire Envoy there, which is also a good other black card, but like I said, Shoulder to Shoulder was obviously the pick there. We see another Ondu War Cleric and a Slaughter Drone here, and another Expedition Raptor, and a Step Glider. So white is definitely, as far as we can see, open. So I did the good pick there, and I picked a second Ondu War Cleric, hopefully to hit up allies. Another Shoulder to Shoulder. So I've hit in white pretty well, and there's Vampire Envoy again. And so right now it's looking like black-white is open. But like I've said, the cards really haven't gone through. And so I'm hoping that I'll be able to catch the read. We're looking here. Not really much. Kozilek's Translator there. Bonesaw is always a funny card. Expedition Raptor is probably going to be my pick just because the week before this I actually drafted black-white support, and it got second. So I believed in Expedition Raptor. I had 3 of them in that deck. And so I know that card can be pretty good. So we're looking here. Chain Mage can be pretty good. I don't know what I'm thinking there. Yeah, I'm not really sure why I'm looking at that. But I think I end up going with the Zulaport Chain Mage just because it's an ally and I can end up doing some cohort abilities with that. I can't really remember. It's been a little while since since this draft. But it looks like I'm trying to go with a Sky Sour, maybe? I think that's what that is. I can't really. This angle was bad, and actually in the most recent draft that I did, I changed the angle. So I ended good. I ended up taking the Zulaport Chain Mage, which is another ally effect. So that's what I'm actually going to go for, is black-white allies. There we go. Oh, the Wall of Resurgence actually can be a pretty good card. For 2 mana, I believe it's a 0/4 defender, and you get a 3/3 land creature, which is pretty good. We're looking through. The rare right now is called the Gatewatch, which is a terrible rare, and I don't know why I pulled that out. Core Sky Climber, I believe, which is that. Yeah, Core Sky Climber is another really good card, and it's another good ally. So right now I'm looking through. I mean, I almost even debated not even running black, but I realized that, I mean, Chain Mage is good, and if I can pick some other black stuff, it'll be very good for me. I don't know when exactly I find out when the player next to me, which is a good buddy of mine, Noah, who's with 4Guys Play Stuff, he also is drafting black, but he's going black-green. And so I'm looking here, and I actually probably should have taken the black cards, because next is when he'll be passing it to me, and I won't be able to take good black cards. But I pick Expedition Raptor there again because it's a good card, and unfortunately now I'm starting to realize, all right, maybe black white wasn't as open as I was hoping it to be, but this could just be a faulty pack. There are some good blue cards in here, so right now I'm trying to figure out which one I want to hate draft. That way, no one can. And I choose Gravity Negator. I believe that's what that card is, just because I don't want to deal with the flying. I look here, another Expedition Raptor, which is going to be my pick. I think I picked 3 of those again this time, but I only ran 2 of them, I believe. Here we're looking again, no cards in my colors, which is okay because we're down to 3 cards now. I can't remember what I took there, and it wasn't too visible, but it didn't end up being any good. So I know the player next to me, Noah, is in black-green. So I gave him Bonesaw just because, and then I ended up getting a Bonesaw also, so I thought that was really funny. So as of right now, we have a pretty good, solid mono-white draft deck going right now with a little bit of black, and I was very worried that I wouldn't be able to do much with black, but I knew the black-white deck is very good. So we go into our second pack of Oath of the Gatewatch, and now we'll be passing right. I think now is when Noah starts talking to me and says, hey, try to stay out of my colors. I go straight back to the rare just because that's something that I usually do. I did see a little foil island, which is kind of fun. But this is when I was figuring out that Noah is actually drafting black-green to my left. And I know he's not going to be able to pass me many black cards. So I know that this starting pack, if there's anything good black, I need to take it. And so I believe that's why I take the Sky Scour, sorry. Or Oblivion Strike, which is definitely the pick here. Yeah, so I took Oblivion Strike, which is good. It was another removal, and it's in black for me. There's another Ondu War Cleric, which is very good. Another Sky Scour. I've noticed that in this deck I had a lot of 2 and 3 drops, and I think that's very good in draft. Isolation Zone, another huge, great card in draft. But I'm also looking at Ondu War Cleric just because I have those allies. But you got to remember, you got to do bombs and removal. So I took Isolation Zone, which I believe was the correct call there. We're looking through here, and we're starting to see less and less. And I was getting a little worried, actually, especially from this pack, though. We had some good stuff earlier. It was just getting a little bit scary, and I think I take Kozilek's Translator just because it has a decent sized body, and if I need to figure out anything with waste mana, then I will have that opportunity. It's either that or I take the other removal spell, which I can't exactly remember what it is. I look at my deck periodically to see my mana curve. Right now I noticed that I had taken a 6 cost and a 4 cost, so I know that my first pack was pretty low, but now I'm starting to get into the higher end items, and each Expedition Raptor is a 5 cost. So I look at it and I think I take, I take the Translator. I know that black removal, I can't remember the name of it, comes back around, and I believe I end up taking one. Excuse me. Step Glider, which is a huge part of the support deck that I had the week before, and I'm trying to figure out, well, if I can use Step Glider again, I know it's very helpful. So I go ahead and take that despite the black Deceiver form. That could have also been good. Wouldn't have done well with the deck type, but it's just a very good black card. Searing Light. So I'm starting to look for a couple combat tricks or a couple defending cards that I can use in the early game or throughout the game, really. And Searing Light is a very good draft card. It's 1 mana to destroy target attacking or blocking creature with power 2 or less, which is pretty powerful, especially in this set where a lot of the creatures are power 2 or less. There's a lot of 2/3s, and so I'm looking at this. I have a tendency to go through and I try to sort all my cards by mana cost while I'm drafting. That way I can see exactly what's going on and my mana curve throughout. So I believe I go ahead and take the Searing Light here just because there wasn't really anything else there for me and no bomb that I really needed to remove out of play. Moving on to the next pack, and you see another Searing Light, which is pretty good. I go through this Relief Captain. Perfect. Another support card, another ally. That Relief Captain is very overlooked in draft, I believe. It has support 3 and it has a decent sized body on it. It's a very good card. Another Sky Sour, but we also have a I can't remember the name of the white card. But we look through here and we go ahead and take the Sky Sour. This is yet another 2-drop, so we have a lot of those, and I think that's very good in draft. Another Kozilek's Translator, another Core Sky Climber. I pushed the Translator up to top, but here now, after looking at, I believe the Core Sky Climber is the pick. Yeah, there we go. So good job, Ben. I was smart. I took the Core Climber just because it's another ally and it has a pretty good ability. We look through here, we see another Sky Scour, and I believe it's Flaying Tendrils, but I can't really see. I go ahead and check my mana curve. And I mean, I'm in a pretty good position right now, especially with all my white cards. And this pack 2 was really, I had to do really well with getting the good black cards that I could because I knew that the player to my left was in black. But I had to this pack that I was going to be able to do good with white. And so that's what I focused on. And the black cards that I could get, I took when I could, but I knew in the end. Here I take Mighty Leap. I actually don't think I ended up playing that in my deck whatsoever. It's a decent card. I just didn't use it. It didn't work. I had better cards and just didn't want to play them. I took them here just in case I needed more combat tricks or anything like that. But overall, I'm feeling pretty confident right now. I have a lot of 2 and 3 drops, which, like I've been saying this entire time, is very, very good in draft. I think having that lower curve in draft allows you to hit creatures and spells quicker, which allows you to get field advantage quicker, which is very important. Here we see they're all black and white, so it seems like I'm doing actually the read was good, that the black-white was going to be open. I have it's a Sky Knot or something like that. I can't remember the name of it exactly. Here we see Lead by Example, which is a very good card, so I go ahead and take that, and then I got past a Hedron Crab. I apologize for not knowing some of the names. The angle is bad, and I can't really see the art. Also, the Gatewatch was one of the sets that I was actually able to know a lot of the cards from based on their art and their ability and stuff like that, because I was able to play it a lot. But this angle was really bad, and I apologize. I've already been working on getting a better angle, and in fact, my most recent draft is a much better angle. So here we split into our final pack of battle, and we have McKindy Knight foil, and our rare is Battle Lord. I can't remember. It's like Bloodthirst or Blood, something like that. I cannot remember. Still working on. Still can't really see the cards. I did a very bad job of angling this time around. Hopefully, I recognize that and I'm able to bend it down here so I can help myself out. But if not, it's very possible. It's like Blood Lord or something like that. But Grip or Demon's Grasp. Yeah, Demon's Grasp is another removal black spell, and I definitely don't want to pass that to Noah, who's black right next to me, so I go ahead and take that. Looking through here, We don't see much. No, there's another McKinney Patrol, but that's not really too helpful. He's complaining that I'm not passing him any good cards for his black deck. It's because I'm taking them. Here I see Smothering Abomination. It's a pretty good card, and I feel like the drawing advantage is decent. I end up actually not playing it because I don't have any way to make more creatures that allow me to sacrifice, and I can't really lose the cards that I already have. Here I see Complete Disregard, another removal spell. Conduit to Ruin, or Conduct to Ruin, I look at. I know I don't have very many Eldrazi's, but it's a very good card. And in fact, I almost wish I would have taken it, because my buddy actually ends up taking one or two of them, and it's one of the huge reasons he ends up winning the draft. And the person who takes it is Noah. He does very well this draft. So I would take Complete Disregard. It's another removal spell, pretty good. Here I see Swarm Surge, which can help a little bit. I know I don't have very many Eldrazi's or Devoid creatures, but we're looking through here. I can't exactly see what the second card is, but we have a Mortuary Mire also, which could be good. I think I go ahead and take the Swarm Surge just in case, because all creatures getting buffed. Just only the ones that are not Eldrazi or Devoid don't get first strike, which is okay. And I feel like sometimes it's good to. Oh, it's Bone Splinter. That's what that card is. So I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure out, because that's another removal. But I go ahead and take Swarm Surge because I feel like I have enough removal. Now I'm trying to find ways to get in on the opponent. Here we see Drana's Emissary, which is a great card. Obviously, the pick for my deck here. We go through a little bit further. Smite the Monstrous can be pretty good, especially against big things, which is definitely apparent in this draft or this set at all. You end up fighting a lot of big creatures, which is kind of scary sometimes. So that actually is what I believe. Inspired Charge can also be good. It's another combat trick, but I feel like the removal was more important. Grip of Desolation right there. Right off the bat, I'm going to take that. It's a great card. It's black. I know I have to take it. It's a great card. It's exile at instant speed. Yes, the mana for it is higher, but it's a great card. Definitely a good card in draft. So right now I'm seeing, alright, I'm making sure Noah's not getting very many better black cards like removal, because that's what a lot of the cards that have come around. I know if I not only do I let him get those, he's gonna have a much stronger deck, but I can also use them because I'm running black white. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting. I'm kind of looking through my deck, waiting for the next player to pass it on. He passes me this. There's really not much. I go ahead and take Grave Birthing just because it's in my colors. I don't really end up playing it. Here we have a Core Castigator or a Foil McKinney Patrol, which means not many people are playing white because that's the card that the pack that I started out with. I take the Castigator just because it's a 3/1 turn 2. We look at this. I end up taking the Undo Great Horn or something like that. I don't end up playing that, but it seemed like a good option at the time. I don't know exactly what I was thinking. I should not have really drafted that. It may have been my only option, but still. Here there's a Carrier Thrall that can help me hit into mana earlier, just because whenever it dies you get a Scion, so I go ahead and take that. Here we notice that there's nothing in my color, so it's time to find something that people can't use. And I go ahead and take that red card because I had played up against it a couple times before, and it had done some pretty good work. Here I take a black card just because it's black in case I end up playing it. And then the final card passed to me is Vampiric Rites. I don't end up playing.
Don't let Noah talk or anything.
Am I good to talk?
Yeah, you can talk anytime.
All right.
Worst case, I may not use the
this footage, but that's fine.
No, you got
This is Noah from Four Guys Play Stuff, doing a video with Vintage Hideaway here. Yeah, he's doing this, we're playing a draft down at our local game store off of Omega Gaming, and
Sponsor.
actually not sponsored. Throws money. No, but we just built our draft decks. You're gonna see Ben's draft portion on his channel, but we're gonna play what? Yeah, but we're gonna play our first game. We might not have enough power, but we'll see what we do. You good with a high roll, Ben?
Yeah.
We'll do good old 2D stats. All right, up to 7. And player draw, I'm guessing. So I'll be on the draw. All right, good luck.
It's a 5/5.
I don't have.
When it becomes the target of a spell,
My turtle.
I counter that.
All right. Are you good, Ben?
Yes, sir, I'm good.
I am going to, I'm on the draw. Yeah, I'll try this.
Okay. Fine, go.
Swamp Go.
Swamp, tattoo.
Yes.
Underwater warfare.
Sure. Draw. Play it there.
Oh, yeah, you're the guy who took pictures.
Boo, boo, boo.
Sounds great.
Yep. And yeah.
The boys
All right.
and tap for them.
Any attacks?
Okay.
Great.
Untap. We'll play a vampire on one.
I will have that as an untap during your next untap step.
You game one, or I lose, you lose one, I game one.
Make sure not to miss that, Ben. You drew your card before that. Remember. Because other people won't let you. Such as Henry.
Island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright, good old Sky Climber. Alright. Untap. Draw. We'll play a land. We are going to cast the Eyeless Watcher, which is going to get me 3 Eldrazi Scion. Or 2 Eldrazi Scion. Alright. Professional up in this. And I will take out. Yep. Where's John?
Well, probably up there somewhere.
How much was your tripod?
I don't know, I think I found it.
Really?
Yeah.
Solid.
Tap for 1 in the air. Swing. Take. And engage.
Yep, on my turn.
From here?
Sure. You're good. Untap. Draw.
Slam out.
Okay.
5.
No, 5. Okay.
3.
Those can't
Sears Lancer?
No, they're just ultra pro.
see. Okay.
Really only pros.
Okay. Because, yeah, the back's are similar, that's all.
1, 2, 3. Science coming in?
Oh, fun.
Go.
And then,
So it doesn't untap during my untap
Yep.
step. Okay, fine.
and I will take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. My turn.
Yep. 2, 10. 10 flying.
Yep. I'm at 10.
I will then.
Yep. Yep, sure. Draw.
Sure.
Make sure that's it.
Yeah. And that's why I figured that one.
Combat. Nothing.
Brute strength is, get +3/+1.
card in hand, Ben?
There.
So it's
Two cards now, yep.
Okay.
I'm going to search the Reckless Bushwhacker.
Okay.
Support for
8, 2, 1. Okay.
shoulder to shoulder, and he's got a
Search
plane.
fine. So it's a 6/4 with
One of those is correct.
yeah. Okay. Swing for 8. Okay.
Jump in your guy.
Hang on.
Nope.
That has a 1.
Sure.
This is 2.
Targeting 2 of my creatures, I'm guessing.
This is the deck that I used in the draft that you just watched. I was going to do a little overview of it all. In the end, it ended up going 2-1, and I was able to, I believe I got 3rd place. The payout was 3 packs. I was too eager, and I knew I didn't have my new microphone in yet, so I went ahead and opened those packs. Next time, hopefully I will be able to resist and keep them for you guys, because I know how some people like to see the packs, or I can open them with you guys. So that's definitely going to be something that I'm going to try to be able to do. I still actually don't have my new microphone, which is very mad, but I decided I'd go ahead and do these videos anyway. If you guys want to, you can actually go back and see probably a video that I just recently put out where I pulled this. Yes. Very pretty. It was very... The pre-release pack that I pulled was very good, very nice to me. And so without any further ado, we'll go ahead and start talking about this deck that I put together with Draft. So we started off with a single 1-drop. We had Syrian Light, a little bit of removal, which is always good in Draft. It's early game, and it gets rid of one of their creatures, so I thought it was a good choice. Then we go into Makindi Aeronaut, which is a 2-cost flying 1/3, strictly for flying, either blocker or if I can get in there for a couple damage here and there. Early game is also good. Carrier Thrill, also it's a 2/1, but when it dies you get a mana base, so I thought that was could be pretty helpful. These guys are this guy's also an ally. That's also why I got him, because I kind of went black-white allies. The core Castigator, 3/1, early game ally, to help fuel with the 2 Anju War Clerics that I got. These actually are, I think, in Draft are very good cards. It's a 2-cost 2/2, which is good by itself, but it's also an ally, and then it also has a cohort ability for you to gain life at your opponent's end step. So I thought I did pretty well in 2 drops. Then we hit over to 3 drops. A Kozilek Shrieker. This card wasn't actually very good in my deck. I think I pulled it once or twice. It was basically a 3-mana 3/2 because I didn't have any waste mana. So I could have definitely done better there. While Resurgence, I thought was pretty good. And that for 3 mana, you get a Defender 0/6, and you also get a 3/3 land. So I thought that was pretty good. Drana's Emissary, also, it's a tempo kind of card. It helps you in the long run. If you get it out early, you're draining them for 1 and you're gaining 1 each turn. Another good card that I got were 2 Shoulder to Shoulders. This card I think is amazing in Draft. Not only do you support 2, but you also draw a card, and drawing cards in Draft is very good, especially with their limited deck size. Got Complete Disregard. Again, a little bit early game removal, except it exiles this, which is also good. Then we also got 2 Core Sky Climbers. 3 2s for 3, and then you can tap 2 and give them flying. I actually won games with these cards. I think they're very good in Draft. And then we got Swarm Surge, a little bit. It's not really a combat trick because it's at sorcery speed, but it was able to help me get over when they had a bigger board, help me get through a little bit better. So my three costs obviously were huge. I had a lot of them. I definitely could have probably spaced them out a little bit more to the 2 drops. That way I would have had a little bit easier way to get into the game quicker. For 4 drops, I had Relief Captain. This card is amazing. 3/2 for 4. I know that's not very good, but its ability is what makes it really good. It supports 3 when it comes out. So a 3/2 is not a bad body, but it's the fact that it can support 3 as soon as it comes out was really good. And it's also an ally, which was helpful. We got Oblivion Strike, which exiles target creature at sorcery speed, 4 mana. It's not the best, but it's pretty good in Draft. Isolation Zone, similar to Oblivion Strike, just more removal. And then we had Smite the Monstrous in there because I knew that I'd be playing against bigger creatures, just because Oath of the Gatewatch has some pretty big guys in there. And we got Zulabort Chain Mage, which goes together with the allies. That way I can drain them 2 life for each ally that I can tap with its cohort. Then for 5 mana we get to Step Glider, which for not only with the support things from Shoulder to Shoulders and the Relief Captain. For each 1/1 counter creature that has one on it, I can tap 2 and give it flying. So it helps me get over those big guys that don't have reach or flying, and they have vigilance, which is very good. So I think, I know it's a high expensive card, but it does have flying, vigilance, and a pretty good ability. So I thought it was very worth it. And it also worked well with Expedition Raptor, which was my other 5-drop. I wish they had bigger bodies. I wish it was at least a 3/3, but there's not much I can do about that. But the support worked really well there. And then for my final card, I had a 6-drop of Grip of Desolation. It's instant speed, and you exile a target creature and target land, which can be pretty good. Unfortunately, I was never able to draw this, especially when I really needed it. But other than that, I thought it worked well. So obviously, I was definitely more white than black, which explains why I'm running 10 plains and then 7 swamps. My mana fixing throughout my draft, I thought was fine. I never had a color that I didn't need, and I never had a color. Did not have a color that I did need. So the mana was fine. Like I said, I went 2-1. I lost my very first game to a buddy of mine who had a very good deck. It was green-black, big Eldrazi guys, and he had things that just went together really well. He had Conduit to Ruin, I think it is, or something, or Conduct Ruin. The 5/5 Eldrazi that gets another power 7 or greater Eldrazi. He had one or two of those, and he just kept getting big guys out, and I wasn't hitting my removal, so there's nothing about it I could do. This deck was very early game. For the 2 games that I did win, I won within the first 6 turns, which was how the deck was supposed to work the entire time. Unfortunately, if he was able to stall the game out, and if I couldn't hit my removal, then there wasn't really much I could do. So this was my black-white draft deck. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. While I'm also getting ready to do another video here pretty quick about a little something that I bought that's kind of fun that I usually buy when they're on sale. And so if you guys want to see, if you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to see more product or videos that I'll be producing pretty soon, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. And other than that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later.